Okay. Good evening, guys. Welcome, everyone. Happy end of November. I cannot believe that we are in the season of Christmas. Does anyone else feel like they're still on spring break after what we went through, you guys? Wow, I still am in shock. I don't know. It's weird. It's just been a weird season decorating. It just has felt kind of surreal. Like it's really not, how did this happen? How are we already at Christmas time? Um, hi, good evening. My name is Kristen Manassi, and I'm sorry I keep looking away as I'm helping people get admitted. I I'm a mom of two beautiful redheads. My husband and I have been married for 13 years. In January, we'll be together for 18 years, which is insane. I used to be a special education teacher. I worked with elementary kiddos with kind of severe and profound needs, kids with autism and Down syndrome and intellectual disabilities. I loved what I did. I loved my job. But I really had this dream of wanting to be home with my kids. I didn't get to have that opportunity with my son. He was in second grade when I was able to come home. My daughter was close to 3, and it was just always one of those dreams that I had. Guys, it's not easy being a full-time working mom with kids. It's very hard. I mean, I would see my daughter for 5 minutes in the morning. I'd swoop her up, change her diaper, give her kisses, put her in the car seat, and take her to my mother-in-law who would watch her. And that was all I got in the mornings. And then I'd come home exhausted from working, exhausted from working with kids all day. And while I loved working with children, I can tell you when you work with kids all day and you get home with your own children, it's a little hard. um, and we wanted me to be able to come home. My husband, his mom was always a stay-at-home mom, and that's what we really wanted, but it just wasn't something that was in the cards for our family for me to be able to come home. It's not it's not very easy financially to have just one person working in the family, especially these days. Everything's so much more expensive. But one of the things too is, I actually, believe it or not, I became a teacher because of the time off. Because, sorry, guys. Sorry. um, I actually graduated thinking I was going to go into marketing. I graduated with a communications degree and a marketing degree. That's what I thought I wanted to do. But because I wanted so bad to be home with my kids when we were going to have kids, that actually made me get into teaching. And I'm so glad it did, because I was really good at teaching. I loved those kids. I knew that's where the Lord sent me to be. And having that time off with my kids was a blessing. It really was. But I will tell you, after you get to spend an entire summer with your children and then you have to go back to work, it is really hard because you know what you're missing. And I've actually had a lot of moms have that feeling this past year because of COVID. They were able to come home and work from home and have this time with their kids. And when they went back, I had a lot of moms reach out to me and say, I don't want to go back. I want to be able to continue to stay home because I know that feeling. So I was home. This industry did bring me home. I was with another company. I hit a rank that the average income made me believe that I was going to make enough to make close to what I made as a teacher. So I hit that rank towards the end of the school year. And at the end of the school year, I came home and I finally got to be home with my kids. It is such a blessing, you guys. I mean, it was just like, I got to have that one-on-one time with my daughter that I never got to have because I had my son and we had that time just us before we had our daughter. I got to just have such special times and memories with her. But despite everything I was doing, every prize I was earning, every trip I was earning, I was not making enough anymore to continue to stay home. And I knew that this year I was going to have to go back to teaching. And I'll never forget it. It was my son's first day of school last year. And I came home and I sat down at my dining room table and I got on the computer and I was researching jobs you could do from home. And I was looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, not thinking there's another company out there. I was just thinking, what am I going to do to make an income to still be able to be home? And guys, I couldn't find anything that was going to work for our family. I couldn't find anything. And so I broke down. I just remember sitting there crying, thinking, all right, I'm going to have to go back to work. Like there's no option. My daughter starts kindergarten this year. I can't continue to stay home with both the kids in school. Never dawned on me that another company would fall on my lap the following month. Um, I needed these products really bad, you guys. I was dealing with debilitating pain every single day. I had a full ankle reconstruction a few years ago. I was actually considered handicapped. I was dealing with pain all the time. I didn't walk for a month and a half. I dealt with physical therapy for another months of it. AKA pain and torture is what physical therapy stands for. It was hard. Um, I was dealing with horrible digestive issues. My health was taking it down. It was turning. It was not good. Even my husband said to me, like, Kristen, you're kind of like turning into an old woman. I was like, I don't know what's going on with me. Um, and so I needed these products. And then when I saw all the things that I saw, the fact that it was a ground floor company, the fact that there were systems that I could teach to my team, the fact that they had a compensation plan that truly paid out and told you exactly how much money you could make. So I knew when I looked at that comp plan, if I could just hit that rank of silver, I could make $4,000 a month and I could stay home and make more than I made as a teacher. And that would be the biggest blessing for our family. I knew if I hit bronze at $1,700 a month, it is a set income, I could continue to stay home. But I remember looking at that silver thinking, could you imagine if I was able to stay home and make more than I ever did as a teacher? That would just be the biggest dream come true. And so when I saw these things, I just knew I had to go all in. I had to give it my all. I just knew that if I didn't do this, it could be one of the biggest regrets of my life. And so I did. I went all in with the company, started these products, and within 3 days, you guys, I stopped limping. I like to attribute that to a couple products. We have this product called Align. It's an anti-inflammatory. Now, you guys, I was doing everything anti-inflammatory wise. I was taking another supplement that was an anti-inflammatory. I was taking a high dosage of those. I was doing bone broth cleanses to heal my body and heal my gut because I was dealing with digestive issues, and heal my pain and help with that. I was doing everything. I was taking another CBD. I tried another full spectrum hemp, anything and everything. And within 3 days of taking this Align paired with our full spectrum hemp, I stopped limping, you guys. Like, my pain gone. And I can tell you, yes, I have been in a process of healing, but if I miss either of these two products, I instantly start limping again the next day. I'm not joking. Like, there are times where I'm like, is it in my head? Is this really as good as I think it is? And I tried and true. Next morning, I wake up, instantly I'm limping. So these products have changed my life in regards to my pain management. This bad boy has made me such a calmer, less high. I mean, I'm a little high strung sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Like, this is like my chill pill. I call this my mom crack. It just helps me be a better mom to my kids. My son takes this product. My son also takes, I have it in here, we have CBD waters now, and I fill his water bottle up every day with one, and it helps him stay calm and focused throughout the day in school. So I started these, I stopped limping. Our pre and probiotic, you guys, the day that I was trying to decide if I should do this and join Q, I remember I was like, I'm someone of faith. I was praying to the Lord, just give me a sign. Like, what am I supposed to do? And that night on the baseball field, because I'm a baseball mom, I had the worst IBS attack I had had in a very, very long time. And I was like, okay, Lord, I take this as a sign. And I can tell you that I have not had a single IBS attack since I started this product. This, again, with hemp, is amazing, absolutely amazing. So the products have completely changed our life. It helps my husband stay calm. Like, anytime I hear that, he's like, okay, he takes his hemp and it takes him down a notch. And so the products changed our life. And then the business, I knew, like I said, I had to go all in. And so I did. I went completely all in. I did everything in faith and in fear. And I'm so beyond grateful that I did, because within 3 months, I hit that rank of silver that I looked at like, oh my gosh, if I could make 4,000 a month. So I hit that rank. Well, it has only gotten better. In fact, I was challenged by one of my mentors, and she said, "You're going to have to start dreaming a little bigger for your family," because I was making more than I ever made as a teacher. And I'm just like so humbled and blessed. And so a few months after that, I then hit the next rank of gold, which is a six-figure earner in this company. I'm still beyond blessed. And I'm very close to almost doubling that income, which I just wanted to be home with my kids, and just to know that we've been blessed this much so far, just in just 14 months with this company, is absolutely amazing. But what I love so much is I love getting to share this opportunity with other people. I just love seeing the ripple effect and blessing others. I had a purpose when I started in this industry, and my purpose, and I have it written down somewhere. One of these days, I'm going to find it. My purpose was to help other moms to be able to come home or be home with their kids and bring in an income, or help moms find a sense of community of women that are already home. Because guys, it can sometimes be a little lonely if you're home all the time by yourself with your kids. And I knew that, and I just really wanted to bless other moms. And so back in October, a sweet stranger who I did not know sent me a message, and being able to watch what's happened in her life. Whoo, guys, it's amazing to know that it's not just me being blessed, it's so many people. So I cannot wait for you guys to hear Colette's testimony. Her testimony will just blow your mind. She's an incredible human being. Her heart is bigger than Texas, where I live. I'm so blessed that a stranger happened to stumble on a Facebook Live that I did and had the courage to reach out to me. And I'd love for you guys to hear her story.
Thank you, Kristen. And yes, we were complete strangers, 13 months ago? Back in October, I stumbled across a Facebook Live. And it was exactly where my heart was. And that was Kristen pouring out her heart. And I was with another company, and I was a stay-at-home mom for 12 years. I just wanted to add to our income at the time. I have 3 kiddos, and I just wanted to take some stress off my husband. That was my goal. Improve our health. I saw amazing things, and I got to a place where I was stuck. I felt stuck. I was frustrated. I was reaching out for help. I was actually friend requesting a lot of people in that company to ask for advice, ask for help. And so that's how I came across Kristen. And I had only friend requested her probably 3 days prior. And I saw her live, and I bawled. I bawled my eyes out because I felt the same way she did. I didn't know what she was doing or where she was going, but I'm so glad I reached out back in October. And it wasn't long. What was it? A couple hours on the phone and a lot of prayer. Talked with my husband at the time, and just said, I really feel the nudge to do this. I'm willing to leave that paycheck behind with that company because I see this opportunity. I see the comp plan. I see the hemp. I see the systems in place. I see the huge focus on mental health. And I knew I had to go all in. It was my passion. My passion for 20 some years has been natural health. And so I just couldn't unsee it. I couldn't sleep that night. And I decided that very next day to take the jump. And it wasn't long, but maybe 3 months later, I found myself in the middle of a divorce. And being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years, and my background being in restaurant and retail and real estate, I needed this. And I'm also a woman of faith, and I am so grateful that I followed that nudge. Because here I am, home with my kids, making more money than I ever have, and helping other women do the same thing as a single mom. I don't know where I would be right now had I not taken that jump. So I am so incredibly grateful I reached out to that stranger. This has been the biggest blessing for me. I mean, we all know what's going on in the world right now. I don't know where I would be. I would probably be on my mom's floor with 3 kids. I bought a house in March because of this. They're paying towards my debt every single month. We have an incredible financial freedom movement. I have a free financial advisor. As a single mom, I would have never been able to afford something like that. And I have someone that I talk to on a weekly basis that helps me set up my future for me and my kids. That is incredibly priceless. Most companies have a car program. Not over here. We have something that will pay towards your car that you already have, or your retirement, or your savings, or your mortgage, or your credit cards, or your student loans. That to me is true financial freedom. And this company is all about that. They want you set up for life. They don't want to get you into more debt or, God forbid it get repossessed because you do not re-rank that month. So to have that on top of this incredible income, home with my kids, and then here we have the amazing products. I mean, Kristen's already touched on our hemp. Our hemp is incredible, but between the hemp and this QMax right here, I used to struggle with terrible, terrible panic attacks after I had a concussion 3 years ago. It sent my world spinning completely upside down. And I couldn't drive for a month. And my anxiety, my depression, my vertigo, I was a mess. I was, my kids were little, staying at home, and I was really, really struggling to the point where I couldn't get up and go to the grocery store. That bad. And these two completely changed my life. Our QMax has the studies behind it. We have the science behind it for mental health, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, traumatic brain injury, concussions, PTSD, all incredible things that we have the science. That's how this company started. And so when I saw that, I knew I had to try it. I dealt with terrible, terrible panic attacks. My son had had concussions in football. It has completely changed my kids too. And as a mom, I mean, we all know if we can help our kids, that is incredible. And so, coupled with the mental health, the hemp opportunity, what that's doing, they're calling it the green rush. It's exploding. Our hemp is truly incredible, water soluble, temperature stable. I mean, our absorption rate, you guys, is 85% on the bottle. Like, who has that? It's top 3 in the world. Life-changing products. So I knew I had a girlfriend. We were in the company together, the one I was talking about. And her desire was to be home with her kiddos, kind of like Kristen. She'd worked in the dental field for a very long time and was never able to be around for all of that. Up early, running around, exhausted. And I knew when I took this leap that this would change her life too. And to see her now, home with her kids, and it didn't take long, but that we can bless other people, that there are other moms that can be home too. It's not just me that's winning. It's not just Kristen that's home. My best girlfriend got to come home too. So I'm going to introduce her. She's incredible. She's a mama of 3, and she was able to quit that job back in July, if I'm right. She was able to hit bronze and hit silver now recently, and she's home with her kiddos, making more money than she ever has, and able to do the same thing and bless other moms. So Elizabeth, I can't wait to hear your story and have you share what these products and this business has done for you too.
Well, thank you. Hopefully I can get through this without crying. I can barely see right now because my contacts are all fogging up on me. But yes, like Colette said, this has been an amazing journey, a huge blessing. I'm just so thankful that my girlfriend here introduced me to this amazing company and never gave up on me. Like I said, we were with a previous company. I put blood, sweat, and tears into that business. I worked it so hard because I just wanted to be at home with my 3 kids. I'm a mom of 3. My, kids are 15, 11, and 5, and I always just wanted to be more present and be home with them. But I had to provide for my family, and I've been in the dental field as a dental assistant the last 20 years. A few years ago, I started to experience severe burnout where I would have to give myself pep talks to get through the day. Like as soon as my alarm went off in the morning, I was giving myself a pep talk. As I was in the shower, I was giving myself a pep talk. As I was screaming at my kids in the morning, hurry, 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 mommy's going to be late for work. And they, taking their sweet time getting dressed and brushing their teeth. And I'm like, you guys don't understand. I'm going to get in trouble. Like we have to get out the door by 6 a.m. But to kids, they didn't realize that. And it killed me to have to get them up at 5:30 in the morning and out the door. And, but I did that because I had to provide for my family. And, that's why I kind of started in network marketing in hopes that one day that it would bring me home. And, after 2 years of being with my previous company and spinning my wheels on a vicious hamster wheel, and I wasn't winning and my team wasn't winning, I realized last winter that that company was not going to bring me home to my kids. And I'm so thankful that Colette had reached out to me. It was actually right after my daughter and I were rear-ended in a car accident last December. My oldest daughter was a freshman. She was on the varsity dance team. She worked her entire life to get on that dance team, and they had to remove her from it because of her severe concussion symptoms. But not only that, she started to decline in school. She was having daily headaches, brain fog. She was having severe memory issues. She could not remember anything to take a test. She was a straight A student that was getting 30% on her test. So as every mom does, I tried everything I could to get her the help she needed. I took her to all kinds of doctor's appointments, chiropractor, physical therapist. I even took her to a concussion specialist here in St. Louis. And everybody told me it was a traumatic brain injury, that it could take 6 months for her brain to heal. And I was like, what? 6 months? Like, we don't have 6 months? Like, her grades are suffering. And, that's when I'm so thankful Colette reached out to me about the amazing multivitamin called the QMax, which is for traumatic brain injury, brain health, mental health, anxiety, depression, ADD, bipolar, rage, autism. She's like, you know what? What do you have to lose? Why don't you try this for her? And I'm like, you know what? You're right. So I started giving it to her, and within 2 weeks, her concussion symptoms started to go away. Her headaches were gone, her brain fog was gone, and her memory was coming back. She was back to making A's on her test. And I'm so thankful that Colette then said, I know that you're miserable in your dental job. I know how bad you want to be home with your kids. And I know that you're not winning with your previous company. Will you take a look at this opportunity? And then she said to me, and what if you could be home with your kids by this summer? And I was like, you really think so? And she's like, I do. And I did a lot of praying about it. I felt like the Lord was leading me to this company. And, I called her the next day and I said, okay, I'm all in. I'm doing this. So this was in February. Okay. I started. Um, she told me she would help me every single step of the way. With my previous company, I didn't have mentorship. There was no system in place. It was kind of, you get started, go figure it out on your own. But she assured me that she would help me every step of the way, hold my hand, teach me the simple duplicatable systems that they have in place. And to where I don't have to be the expert. I didn't have to know all the things about the compensation plan or all the ingredients on the products and all the things. She's like, I'm here to help you. And so that made me feel so much better. And so I just followed her lead. I was very coachable. I did what she said. And, I started in February. The next month was March. That's when COVID hit. And I was unemployed from my dental job. I was at home with my 3 kids during all the craziness, virtual school, right? But I just followed what Colette told me to do. And guess what? My business skyrocketed. It's like, how is that even possible during a worldwide pandemic, right? I'm not sure, but I'm so blessed that it did, because in June, my dentist called me to come back to work to give me a start date. And I was actually able to tell him that I was no longer coming back to the dental field. I had already replaced my income in just a few months of starting this opportunity. So now I'm so blessed that I'm able to help other people, other ladies, achieve their goals and their dreams and be just as successful. People who have never been in this industry before, who have never done this before, I'm able to help them succeed. And that's what truly, truly means, so much to me. And I'm so blessed that, Colette never gave up on me, because I would not be here today if she didn't share this amazing opportunity with me, just like the person that invited you tonight wanted to share this with you as well. So, Kristen, I know that you're going to kind of close this off here. So
Yes.
thank you,
Oh my
everybody.
goodness. I love hearing these stories. And if you guys heard, my purpose at the beginning of this was my purpose was to help moms. And it's truly so amazing to see that, because I shared with Colette is blessed, and she didn't have to go to work after she had an unexpected divorce. And because Colette decided to share with Elizabeth didn't have to go back to work after getting let go, basically, during COVID. And it's amazing. I mean, even right before this call, Elizabeth just had a mom on her team hit a life-changing rank where she's making almost $1,000 a month with that financial freedom movement. I mean, the movement that we are making right now, and how many people we are blessing, and the ripple effect, it truly, truly is one of the most amazing parts about all of this. So thank you guys for popping on. Please get back to the person that invited you. Let them know what stood out to you. This really is an incredible opportunity with timing that you cannot get back. And right now, every product is 10% off, and that ends this evening. 10% off. We do not typically do a lot of sales like this, so please get back to that person. Let them know what you were thinking, what you're excited about, and we hope that you guys decide to partner with Q and we get to see you along your journey. Have a great evening, you guys. Bye.